Hello and welcome to my channel Green Line Goddess Tarot. This is your weekend reading for the 4th, the 5th, and I'm going to throw in the 6th as well because we have the full moon in Leo happening on the 5th or the 6th, depending on where you are in the world. And normally I don't do a Monday reading, so I thought let's just put it all together. So it's going to really be focusing on that. I have actually just recorded weekly readings as well, which are pretty heavily focused on the Leo full moon, as the full moons always kind of have an effect on the readings. So if you want to know what's going on for your individual signs, check them out. They'll be coming out over the weekend. So we've got the 4 of Swords, the 10 of Pentacles, the Knight of Wands, the Moon card, of course, the moon turned up, and the 4 of Cups. Interesting. Oh, and the Star card. I love it. Okay. So here we have, you know, the sun is really a star. So we have the sun, which is represented as the star card is Aquarius. So the sun is in Aquarius with the full moon. The moon with the moon card is actually in Leo. So here we have the moon and the sun coming in together, which is interesting. Although this moon card also is representative of Pisces, Piscean energy. So there's something that is coming up from under the surface that is unclear, perhaps around a situation that needs to be cleared up in your life. But it can also be understanding, illuminated. What's being illuminated is some subconscious patternings. Because what this full moon is going to have a grand cross in the fixed signs. The fixed signs don't like to move. So that's Taurus, Scorpio, Leo, and Aquarius. They don't like to move. They're fixed. So they don't like change so much unless they choose it. But with Uranus coming in and squaring the full moon, it's kind of saying something's got to change, perhaps. Now, this change, is that going to be a positive change? The Knight of Wands in the center seems to say so. This is a card of positive change that wants to come through. But the 10 of Pentacles is saying something has run its course. You know, it's the end of a cycle with the 10 of Pentacles. So you put in as much as you can into a certain energy into your life. This could be very, you know, you've built it up to, it's got to as far as it's going to go. It reached the 10 of Pentacles. And it's almost like this question of, where to next with this? So what they're showing me here is that what this thing that's run its course has got very much connected to family and subconscious patternings that you've learnt through your family, through your upbringing, through your ancestry, through how you were brought up, no matter however that is. So, I mean, this 4 of Swords is very much about putting wounds to the side, going deep within and understanding what stories you've been told, what belief systems, what information you've been given. And especially around achievement and success, right next to the 10 of Pentacles. A legacy has been handed down to you in some way, shape or form from this family ancestry. And how is that serving you at this moment in time in achieving your goals, into stepping into success? Because there's opportunities that are coming forward at this moment in time where you almost need to really, like the Knight of Wands, spontaneously trust your instinct and go for it. Very, you know, fast moving. The Knight of Wands is just like, yep, I see it, I'm going for it. So it's like, you can't stay in that pattern. If you stay too fixed in that old pattern, you're going to miss the opportunity that's coming by here. So it's kind of interesting because what you're being shown here with the full moon, it's all about culmination and illumination and, you know, what's come to harvest, what's come to fruition here, what has, you know, it's an end of a cycle, the full moon, really. What you're being shown here on an emotional level, what's come up from those emotional realms or those subconscious realms. The 4 of Cups, the figures there got their arms crossed going, I don't know if I want to go down that path. There's going to be a bit of resistance to what you're seeing with the subconscious patterning and what's been asked to change around that. But we do have the star card, which is that things are, again, the luminaries, the star, the moon, they're guiding you. They're showing you things. Light is being shed on a lot of stuff here related to that. And the star card likes to bring hope. It likes to have a future vision. It's an Aquarius energy of, the future. So, but interestingly, it is the water bearer as well with the star card, which is kind of interesting, that Aquarius is the element of air, but it's got the water bearer as well. So it is about things flowing through that watery realm, through your intuition, perhaps, through your emotions. But then when you actually want things to flow, and then we come to the moon card and see, okay, we're going to those waters, they seem like deep, murky, a watery place I don't necessarily want to visit. It's feelings that can make you feel very uncomfortable with the moon card. And so interestingly, Aquarius is your head, your mind, how you're thinking, can be very progressive ideas of the future. It's understanding the collective energy. And Leo is the heart, self-expression, the authentic energy within you. And we've got the 2 fours here, like a foundational energy, the 4s. And I feel like they're having a bit of a standoff with each other. So it's looking at some foundational stuff here in your life when it comes to that. So that's where we're getting the family or some ingrained patterning of what's gone inside your mind and what's going on inside your emotions, the foundations for your emotions and your head and your heart. How have you built these foundations? What have they been built upon? Going back to family ancestry. But how are they serving you for building what it is that you want to build and create in your life at this moment in time? And so, again, it's like there's a discomfort to seeing some of this and understanding that some of it potentially needs to change. But at the same time, the Knight of Wands in the center is saying this is a positive change that's coming through. And it is potentially connecting you to your dreams, your wishes, your hopes. So here is kind of like the paradoxical energy of you're seeing how that can happen and seeing that you kind of almost need to, again, break the pattern in order to something needs to shift and change in your world in order to step into this future that you are being shown at this moment in time, or this future energy that's guiding you. So, it's kind of an interesting energy. It can be, like I said, it could be tricky energy that coming in, absolutely. But I mean, there's a whole layer of different energies within any full moon that comes through. If we go up to the higher potential, there's a lot here with the star card, and the Knight of Wands can be passion, romance. So that's something that could come through with it as well. Could be a bit of a wild, passionate, romantic time for some of you. And then at the end of it, you're like, oh, well, I don't know if that's really for me, but it was fun at the time. That could be something that comes through with it. On a deeper level, though, I feel like, on the higher realms, if we go right up to the star card and the Knight of Wands, which feel like they're the 2 most higher vibrational energies in this particular spread, it's about having the faith to go for what it is that you really want. So the higher mind, the higher mind, trust the higher mind and trust the higher heart. Those 2 together are speaking to each other, talking to each other, connecting to each other. It's only our human parts of us that are resisting that. So if you go up to those higher levels, they're kind of showing you that something that you really want and desire is possible. It's just that you might not think so. The conscious mind might not think so. So, yeah, interesting. And I feel like a lot of this has got to do, like I said, with energies around the home. Like it's got the moon represents home, mother, feeling, subconscious patterning, and the Ten of Pentacles represents family. So there could just be a lot of that sort of stuff under the surface that is coming up to be looked at. But ultimately, yeah, I feel like with the Star card, you're going to be divinely guided through this and it's almost like for some of you, it might feel like blind hope, but yeah, it's kind of has like ultimately it's got the purpose of connecting to an authenticity that is connected to the higher octave, a true soul authenticity that wants to come out here, that for whatever reason hasn't, and that you've been resistant to it. So yeah, it is an expression of who you truly are. So that is the reading for the full moon in Leo that's coming in. Don't think I've got anything else coming through with that. I just also want to let you know that I do have Venus is in Pisces at the moment as well. So I do have an offer coming up for personal readings, 14% off to celebrate February 14th, which is also Valentine's Day. So 14% off certain, this is only for 2 weeks up until February the 14th, Australian time. So 14% off love readings, 14% off selected general readings as well, because I know that not everybody is into the love readings, and that is using coupon code GLGLOVE. The link is in the description box below. The instructions will be on the booking page. And yeah, but happy full moon, Leo full moon. Please like, subscribe, share, leave a comment, and look forward to seeing you next time.